Well, my main collaboration is with Susana Lizano, who's the director now. My collaboration with her goes way back because we exactly overlapped in grad school. She actually started a year before I did, but we ended at the same time. And while we were in grad school, we collaborated on a few things, especially the review article we wrote with Frank Hsu that has turned out to be very important, we'll say, in the field. So after that, we've collaborated from time to time, but in the last 5, 6 years, we've kind of reconnected and done a lot of work together. So she's my main collaborator. I know a lot of the other people just because I'm in astronomy, and I've known Luis for a long time and Enrique for a long time and many others, but she's my main collaborator. Well, there's a couple of things that come to mind. One of the things that I did way back in grad school was to calculate the infrared spectral energy distributions of disks and find the infrared signature so that you could look at objects in the sky and figure out the disk properties. That problem I sort of left behind after being a postdoc and moved on to other things, whereas the people here, Paulo Alessio in particular, have carried that ball and run with it. So their work is, 20 years of their work is very much related to what I was doing earlier on. In a similar way, one of the things that has been related to my work but not something I've worked on is the question of outflows. I've not worked on the theory of outflows, but I've used the theory of outflows as a way in which to see whether or not that's a way to limit the mass of a star. In other words, using the outflow to determine in part why the final mass of the star is its value. And the people here, Luis Rodriguez comes to mind, in particular, have done a lot of very important work on outflows. So I've used their work, I've cheered them on from afar, but I haven't collaborated with them necessarily. Well, I've only been here a few times, but I like it very much. It's a very comfortable place. It's a very impressive place in that even though you have, by some standards, relatively small numbers, the quality is very, very high. So you have a good combination of lots of collaborative interactions and very, very nice people, very, very good people. And it's a beautiful place. I like this area. I like being here. So I have a very positive impression. Well, there's not very many astronomical institutions that matter in the world. If you think about it, there's only about the same number of astronomers in the world as there are people in a relatively large village. So each institution is very important, and CRyA is an important institution. And that's for all of astronomy. If you focus it down to the question of star formation, which is what I work on, and the people that I know here primarily work on, then it's the place in Mexico for star formation. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places in all of the United States that are kind of comparable, right? So it's kind of a top 10 place in North America for star formation. And if you're in the top 10, you made it.